I actually don't think cooking is a wife duty. I'm just saying, there's women I've dealt with in the past that weren't even my girlfriend that cooked for me. So I think they just like cooking. Every time people say I don't do wife duties, it's always cooking, cleaning, right? How we communicate. Like that's what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying?
That emotional intelligence. What's that like?
There's certain conversations that if we have, it's like, okay, I think that's a wife.
You know, traditionally, and if we're talking tradition, first of all, let's go ahead and get into this. Cooking and cleaning and all that, man, for real, that's something, that's a life trait. That's a life skill that everybody should develop and have under their repertoire, at least before they step outside the house and go into the real world. If we're talking tradition, let's not act like that is not a part of the wifey duties. I read the comments and I saw that a lot of women were in there like, yeah, you know, this right here is the grown man conversation. I love to hear it like this. And to be honest, at the end of the day, even though it is the grown man conversation, I see that these type of conversations really don't come across our desk often when you have two men saying that cooking and cleaning is not a wifey duty, and they bring up communication, emotional intelligence. You usually hear women speak more on emotional intelligence because a lot of guys, they tend to shut down, they hold in their feelings, they hold in their thoughts, and you ask for an emotional intelligent man. A lot of guys walk around with a lot of stress, a lot of trauma, a lot of things on our mind, and we feel like if we let those things out, then we're losing our power. But when you have two guys talking about emotional intelligence, that tends to raise the antennas of a lot of women. They tend to put the cooking and cleaning to the side, like, yeah, talk about emotional intelligence. Let's not talk about the cooking and cleaning. At the end of the day, that's no different from a man knowing how to change a tire. If you happen to break down outside, I'm sure you would call your man because you would think it's a what? Husband, manly duty. Now, old boy said that, hey, I don't have some girlfriend, I don't have some homegirls or, you know, and all them, and I wasn't really even with them. He said something like that, and they used to cook for me all the time, and I never really was with them. They was just doing it because they wanted to. Yeah, you have those people that actually like doing those type of things. At the end of the day, if we talking tradition, I wouldn't necessarily agree with him in that aspect. But I do agree with the emotional intelligence part. That's a big thing. No matter what it is that y'all are dealing with, you can't run from the communication at all. And when you have guys that actually discuss emotional intelligence and when you actually get it, I don't think that a lot of women and chicks can actually deal with that. Women can deal with a lot of chicks can't. They really can't deal with somebody who's really open and honest and they communicate to the highest level to express themselves to make sure that the relationship is evolving. A lot of times when you have an emotional, intelligent guy who comes into the picture, that really scares a lot of people. That scares a lot of women off, a lot of chicks off. It really do. Because they're so used to not having guys that come around, throw all their feelings in a shell and just live life. Also in this day and age, I think the emotional, intelligent guy is definitely kryptonite to a lot of chicks out here. You have a lot of them out here that's dating for bad intention. The first thing they run for, the first thing they go after is the money. The first thing they go after is all the material things. And then they want to get to know a person right after that. But when you have somebody who's emotional, intelligent, and they speak their piece, that tends to mess up your whole plan because you're like, hold on, bro. You are talking a little bit too much because, you know, you kind of put me in my place and you kind of put me against the wall where I can't really play you like that. If you got good intention and you communicating and everything, you'll be just fine. But as far as the whole wifey duties thing, I think it all depends on tradition. And it all depends on y'all program. I'm a big advocate of that. Y'all program is y'all program, but also if we're speaking on traditional terms is still traditional terms. Protect, provide, all that stuff for the man. And, you know, let's not run from the cooking and cleaning and all that other stuff when it comes to the woman and the nurturing as well. Nurturing is a part of it too. What are y'all thoughts about this? But as far as cooking and cleaning, everybody that's able-bodied should know how to do that for themselves because that's a skill set that you should possess before you walk outside the house.